Hello, everybody. I'm Dutch, and welcome to our live stream. So we are doing a very special one. We're going to be soon making Loco Libre quilts, and we are really excited by it. You know, I've been in business now for 11 years, and I've seen the cottage industry grow. This is actually going to be our third acquisition. There was first Clark Hammock, which we were very proud to onboard them, and they were a 26-year-old company that we were purchasing. They knew more about hammocks than really what I did, because they were making them for 26 years, and I had only been in business for like 8 at that time. And also 2QZQ, they are great friends of mine, and they were the originator of the underquilt protector, the great tree table, and a couple other products. So we very happily brought them on. We were already selling their products. And that brings us to Loco Libre. So quilts, as I mentioned in my one video, I always wanted to get in the quilt game, but what do I really have to bring? And I wanted to bring something special. And there are really good quilt manufacturers. I'd love to give a shout out to the likes of, well, Trailheads. John Rammel's making some of the lightest weight stuff with the ethereal that's absolutely amazing. Jacks Are Better, you know, they are the originators, and they are really making a lot of great quilts, and they're doing them right here in the USA, which you know we love. So when I found out that George was looking to retire, I jumped at the chance, because this gives me what I want. He has an amazing brand with amazing custom quilts, and I'm going to get into why this is really such a great fit for me to be manufacturing Loco Libre quilts. But here, I'm now bringing something special to the quilt market, because there are very unique things on this that I'm going to go into, why Loco Libre quilts are so special. But first, I would really love to bring on George, and we got him coming on live with us. And I can't guarantee that we got this all down, because we're amateurs at this. But George, are you with us?
Yeah, Dutch, I can hear you.
So I'm sorry, I could not hear George. Anyhow, I have a couple questions for you, George.
Sure.
And I'm sure that your fans will all want to hear about this. So, when did you start Loco Libre?
Loco Libre officially started in July of 2015, but we started working on designs and working on the product itself in March of 2015, and spent that time in between March and July just working on our skills, because I wasn't a seamstress in any fashion before I started this company. I started the summer before making hammocks and stuff sacks and all different things that you could use backpacking. At my heart, I'm a backpacker. But the quilt game I didn't really get into until 2015.
Okay. One thing I always wondered, and I'm sure a lot of people also have wondered, is where did you get the name Loco Libre?
It was nothing special. I decided early on that I wanted to name my quilts after peppers, and I was looking for kind of a Southwestern themed name, and we had toyed with Loco Lobo and a couple of others, and Loco Libre Gear just kind of rolled off the tongue, so that's what we went with.
Well, because it means crazy free, I really love that. So
yeah,
we're going to do some great plays with that, because I do think it is crazy free. All right. And how long have you been in business?
9 years.
9 years. That is impressive.
Yeah, it was a fun run, man. I tell you, it was exciting in the beginning, and then it became more of a, how can we make this a better product? And we just, I spent all this time just crafting and trying to come up with the best product that I could.
Well, George, you have made definitely some very unique quilts over the years, and they were all pretty much handmade and unique. Is that right?
Oh yeah, everything's handmade. We don't, and custom. Everything was a custom. There's no such thing as a standard Loco Libre Gear quilt. I had the honor and the privilege of making some very unique patterns and designs. And, some of my customers were just amazing, in the designs they came up with, so that we could use, print the fabric and make some very unique quilts. Like I said, it's been a fun ride.
Well, we are looking forward to continuing that tradition.
Yeah.
So, what's next for George?
George is going to do a little more backpacking and a little more bass fishing and a little more of, all the other things that I like to do. And, I'm going to try not to work too hard. I'm not quite at retirement age, but I'm almost there. And I'm trying to slow down a little bit, spend more time with my wife, and just smell the roses.
Actually, I really love to hear that, and I hope to be able to get out there and do some fishing and some backpacking with you.
Oh, that'd be great.
So invite me along.
Absolutely.
George, we're going to let you go, but peace and thank you so much. It's been such an honor.
Oh, Dutch, thank you. The honor's been mine, and good luck to whoever wins this quilt today.
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care.
All right, so the man himself. So it's always a pleasure to just meet with George. I've camped with him a couple times, and well, you can't imagine the honor this is to be manufacturing the Loco Libre, because this has given me really what I wanted. I wanted a unique quilt that had special features, and these have that. And I can go over some of those items that make the Loco Libre quilts really special. The real obvious one is the chevron baffles. And a great deal of care and work goes in to making, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is the way the baffles run. They don't run just straight across like many other quilt manufacturers do. They have these lines, and we're going to show details of how that's made in just a bit, but that is the biggest thing, because that really keeps the down really in place, that it really, you don't get cold spots. And that's what we want Loco Libre quilts to be, is some of the warmest quilts in the market. And he has a lot of sub-zero quilts. So if you know somebody that says, I'm always cold, think Loco Libre quilts, because they're going to keep you warm. This was a personal gift by George a couple years ago, and I absolutely love it. Cheeseburger, as many people know, cheeseburger print's my favorite, so he went and made this. This made me cry. But it has, of course, the chevron baffles. But this is a 20-degree quilt. And look at that foot box. That is really going to keep you warm. I mean, this is, what, 18 inches around or something like that, that your feet are not going to get cold in this. This is the perfect quilt for me, because I really don't like a drawstring bottom. I really like a sewn foot box. I particularly love when this is got extra down that's down on this bottom here, so that you're not going to get cold from the bottom. If you really get into the details, I mentioned about the chevron baffles and stuff, but if you really get into it, take for example, he actually puts 3 cord locks on this top, and you decide which way it's going to be. So one comes out here, but let's say you're someone that's like, I really don't like that there, because then I got a string in my face. All you have to do is clip off this cord lock, and it goes right in. And then you just got the 2 cord locks on the ends. Then you could be from right or left. He doesn't just go and put the grommet that the cord lock comes through. He's putting a little piece of grosgrain, so the string actually comes out and then has to go through a metal grommet, and that's going to make it, it just makes a little bit of difference. There's 2 snaps on here to really make sure that it's going to be nice and secure on you. And it's those little details that they take a little bit of extra work, but they really make the quilt extra special. You can pick your thread color, and that's where we're going to be. I don't want to be in the mass market. I really want to be in the custom quilt manufacturing. So we are going to continue with this tradition of making absolutely custom quilts. So I got some videos for you here why this is such a great fit for DutchWare. As you know, we supply the materials and for quilts and many other outdoor industries, but particularly quilts. And we've done that for the for George and other quilt manufacturers. So this is almost like it's taking out one more step. If you want a printed quilt, we're going to be able to do that in a faster turnaround time, because it's not somebody ordering from DutchWare and then DutchWare has to make it, ship it to them, wait till it gets shipped there, and then they manufacture it. It is you order it and I can print it the next day. So as you see here, our printing process is going. We also, we're going to be able to do this. I mean, he did put so much work and love in this. We're going to be able to do this with laser cutting, and we're going to be able to cut these to order, each one individually, and the laser is so precision, it's going to be fantastic. It'll mark where baffles go and things of that nature. The baffle cutting, we cut, really, not many people know this, but we cut the baffles for the entire industry, and we have a very special machine for doing that. And that is our roll cutter. We use this for a lot of things, but it comes down and it slices off a bologna slice and works absolutely fantastic. So we can give you a 2.5, 3 inch baffle. Then there's the quilt marking. So we've done a couple things on this, but we have jigs. We have also a method that can project these lines on there so that we are able to trace, and you can see how we're putting those chevron baffles onto that product. That was a good cameo there of George helping train us, because George has been here. He was here last week helping us. Well, I guess it might have been 2 weeks now, but anyhow, he was helping us getting trained and acclimated on how to make this, and we were very honored for that. Then, you know, we have the sewing team. We can sew on the baffles, and that, I was fascinated to learn how this all comes out. It is amazing to make this so that they match up from the inside to the outside layer on sewing the chevron baffles, and absolutely amazing. We have been making the quilted chameleon, and also we've been doing things like the up chair and the up booties. So we have a down stuffing machine, and we're going to have the ability to efficiently and very accurately, down to like tenths of a gram, be filling these quilts with an amazing machine. No more taking handfuls of down and getting it everywhere. And we even have a down stuffing room, so it keeps it out of the rest of the factory. And then finally, there's the sewing of the quilt. And we have some amazing craftsmen that are here. George has done such a fine job of setting us up for success, and we have been working hand in hand to learn how to. We want to keep that amazing quality that George has always put into this. So, I'm actually flabbergasted at how amazing and what a great job he did on doing this transfer, so that we knew what we were doing was going to be the right way. And then finally, we have a quality assurance where we're going to have a check off to make sure that when the quilt is ordered, it's the right weight, it's the right length, and we already have those procedures in place. Also, we are an American manufacturer making this one at a time. This is not made overseas. And when things are made overseas, very often people will say, well, we QA them here in America, because they're already admitting that there's probably a quality problem with where they're manufacturing. But by the time those products ship to the United States, it's already too late to affect the quality. We really work the quality into it each step of the way. It doesn't move on to the next stage unless it's passing the quality. So if there's a problem with the quilt, we're stopping it early, and that's when you really want to do it. And that's the beauty in being a very direct manufacturer, not somebody that's using it an outside manufacturer such as Cambodia or Asia. So I hope you like those insights on how those items were made, but I really want to talk about how well of a fit this is for DutchWare. We're going to be able to do the different temperature ratings. We're going to be able to do the different materials. You can get Argon 49, which is a 7 denier fabric. You can get 67 and of course the Argon 90 if you want something a little bit more resilient. You can change it from inside to outside. A lot of people like to have the inside be a thinner fabric because, well, it just feels a little bit smoother and a little bit softer. And you want to have the toughness to be on the outside. So, and then of course there's the printing capabilities and the roll slitting that makes it so that we can totally do this in-house and supply the customer, hopefully faster, and then have the sewing capabilities, because George had to make these one at a time. And if you know anything about his history, is there has been a long lead time because there's a lot of customers and there's only one George. So we are hoping that our production capability is going to be able to enhance that and lower the lead time, even though you're still going to be getting a custom quilt that's made just for you, just the way you want it printed and all that. So in the future, we want to add a few more customizations to this, particularly on the printing. He already has so many customizations, but we really want to make it so there's more options for the different prints, and even a custom print. You send in an image and we're going to be able to do it. Really, if you don't talk to us in some way before the quilt has started the manufacturing process, we failed. There should be some type of email saying, look, this is really what I want. I really want to have, red thread on this because I want the red to really show up or something like that. And we really want to be our customer service, not after the fact. We want it before the quilt is ordered, before you get it in your hands, so that you're getting the quilt that you really want. We be able to offer, so we are going to start with 850 fill down, and that price point of 850 down is really key to keeping the price down and super high quality. The 850 down really is a really great down, but there are people that want the very best. And we want to be able to supply those people with the absolute very best. So we don't have it as an option now, but we will be doing an option in the future, which will be 1,000 fill down. So you'll be able to get either the 850 or the 1,000 fill down. It's kind of a daunting task, and 1,000 fill down, the price really goes higher. But if you really want the best, we want to be able to supply that. I know that when I through hike, I'm going to have 1,000 fill down quilts. Loco Libre 1,000 fill down quilts with Argon 49. I'm going to make it as good as you can possibly make a quilt. We are going to be giving away this beautiful top quilt, and I think I had mentioned that earlier on the announcement for this, and it has the chevron baffles. This is a 40-degree down quilt. It is the first one. So George and our seamstresses made this hand in hand. This is the very first Loco Libre DutchWare manufactured quilt. We are going to be doing that on YouTube. Actually, at the end of this, it's not going to be too long, But the reason we're doing it on YouTube is because not everybody's on Facebook. So be aware that that giveaway is going to happen on YouTube. Also, don't get mad at me if you don't win, because every time I always get some kind of people that wish they had won. And, and we're going to try to make this as fair as possible. We would go to great lengths to do it. So the quilts that Loco Libre supply. First, there is their top quilts. And this really completes us as a hammock manufacturer. Now, we have sold the quilts from George, and they have been on our site for a long time, and they're going to continue to be on our site. But we're going to continue to give the Loco Libre name, and also we're continuing the Loco Libre website. So you're going to be able to go to Loco Libre, and you're going to be able to purchase a Loco Libre quilt. Loco Libre, even though it's us, is going to be manufacturing for DutchWare. So we are still going to continue some hopefully in-stock quilts that if you want an in-stock quilt, we can provide that. We have it on the shelf, and hopefully you can get the quick shipping that you expect from DutchWare. But so packages. Now we can offer a top quilt, an insulated hammock, the suspension, the bonded tarp, a chameleon with all the bells and whistles. This really is a one-stop shop for everything, from your insulation to your tarp to your hardware to everything. And I've always felt that we were just a little bit incomplete because we weren't manufacturing quilts. And well, that ends today, because we are officially open as Loco Libre. And there are two quilts that he makes. It's the Ghost Pepper and also the Dragon's Breath. The big difference on that is the Ghost Pepper, the chevron baffles run this way, and the Dragon's Breath, they're going to run up and down, and then there winds up being a big diamond right that makes a nice big warm spot right in your center mass. I'm not even sure which is better. I'm probably going to go with the Dragon's Breath for mine, but anyhow, you can get either one of those fantastic top quilts, and that is going to cover us for top quilts. And then some other reasons why this is such a natural fit is the bottom quilts. You know, the Banyan has been incredibly successful since we launched that. I guess that's 3 years. I think we had to stop it because of COVID, but then we started again, and they've actually been gaining in popularity. So the Ridge Reaper, I love the fact that he names everything after peppers, and I really love peppers, and I really love hot spicy food. So, but the Jungle Pepper, no, the Ridge Reaper is a quilt that's for the Banyan or a bridge hammock, and that's going to fit specifically that. So you can order the Banyan and an underquilt at the same time, which is going to be amazing. The Jungle Hammock, the Jungle Pepper quilt, that is a Clark specific quilt that fits the Clark hammocks, and really it is the only down Clark specific quilt on the market. So again, this is really a natural transition that we would be taking over for Loco Libre. There's also the Habanero quilt, which is one that fits most gathered end hammocks, and I guess truthfully it fits all gathered end hammocks, but it's going to fit a much wider range of quilts of the hammocks, and you're going to have the chevron baffles on that, and again, they are amazing. All right, we are going to go into the giveaway. The quilt that we're giving away is not this one, because this one's mine, but we're going to give away the blue and orange 40 degree All right, so again, can you believe that's a 40-degree foot box? I can tell you your feet will not be cold at 40 degrees with that kind of loft. So before I give this away, I want to do a special offer because everybody's really going to win here. And we are going to offer from now until the end of today, this is going to be Eastern Daytime, so midnight tonight, we are going to be offering $50 off on Loco Libre quilts. So if you need a quilt, this is the best time to get a Loco Libre quilt. And you want to purchase that on Loco Libre's site because we've kept that live. So all you have to do, you make your picks. We made everything live, so pretty much his entire array is an option. And then you want to put in the code LOCO, all capitals LOCO, and you will get automatically $50 off a Loco Libre quilt, which is, I really hope that spurs some excitement because we want to cause some excitement. And that is from now until midnight Eastern Daytime today. All right, but who wants to pay for one when you can get one for free? Now, we didn't want to make this a contest of who goes the absolute fastest or who has the fastest internet. So we played around with some different ways, but the best way that I could do it, that it would still be random, is I'm going to pick the 14th person that posts on YouTube in the comment section. If someone spells something wrong, it's still going to count. So don't say, hey, I was the 14th person if you only count people that spelled correctly. And all you have to do to enter to win is to type DutchWare rocks. And now you got to use a little bit of strategy because you don't want to be the first one. You want to get there. And also try to only enter once because, well, that might be unfair if you entered 10 times right away. I tried to make the word long enough that we wouldn't have that problem. And I hope to announce the winner fee. So if you do come up with a winner, is that no way? All right. I don't think we can do that because they can't. All right. We're going to do that. Give me 1 minute because I want to announce that. You guys entered a lot really quick. Remember, if you didn't win this, you still get $50 off, which is really a huge discount put on. I don't know of a better deal for quilts right now than $50 off. You just give me the name.
Ron Seller.
Okay, I can keep that. So, congratulations, Ron Sellers. Is it Seller or Sellers? Sellers. Congratulations. Give us a shout at sales@DutchWareGear.com, and we're going to ship this right out to you. Well, all right. That was a lot quicker than what I really thought it would be. I want to reiterate the excitement that I have and the pride that I have that I'm going to be able to supply Loco Libre quilts. And this is going to make me, it's going to make me that much more of a one-stop shop that what's next? Am I going to start selling tents? Probably not. So this is really a great day for me, and I'm really proud to be offering the Loco Libre line because I really feel like even though there are really great quilt manufacturers out there, we're now going to be one of the best because we got the Loco Libre, we got these great designs, we're going to be able to make this great customization, and I am really looking forward to making some beautiful things together. With that, thank you, everybody.